Hello, it's Bubba Rocks Media. I'm Cheryl, and we are in my favorite thing to do, and that is chatting with rising bands. I have luckily stumbled upon this band on social media, and I had to get chatting with them. They are Mayfire. Thanks for joining me. I appreciate it. And we're going to get talking. First of all, well, we're going to delve into all of this as well. And the debut album itself, Cloudscapes and Silhouettes, was released in 2023, right? And was ranked among the top 10 albums of the year in 2024. Damn, awesome. Yeah. Congrats.
Thank you.
So I want to delve into this further. Can you tell me what inspired the album in the first place and what song kicked it all off?
Well, we have one song that kicked it off, and that's Thicker Than Water. Because we played in a different band when we met each other. So I asked him if he could help me write a song for my wedding. So my wedding speech, actually. And that was Thicker Than Water. And after that, we figured out we had some good chemistry together for like making music, and we like the same things. And that's the beginning of it.
Amazing. I always love hearing that kind of thing. And actually, for new fans who are going to be discovering you guys now, I want to talk about your sound because that's what stands out to me as well. I know just from research as well that there is like an underlying like kind of storyline for the whole album. And then there's obviously some metal in there. I love my metal. And am I right in hearing a little bit of thrash, maybe, and then some melancholy? Yay! All right. So, and it's just like the melancholy as well, just all put in together, just creates this incredible, unique sound for you guys. And what I'm always curious to ask bands is your own individual influences that have helped to shape and form this unique sound, if you can let me know who you're fans of.
Yeah, you're right about the thrash part, and I'm a huge Metallica fan actually. So 80s Metallica, that's what got me started with metal in the first place. So there's a lot of Metallica, and James Hetfield and Lars Ulrich are big inspirations for me. I was actually a drummer in my teens, so I started on drums. So it was Lars Ulrich and the one drum beat that got me hooked. And it just grew from there, I guess. So there's a fair bit of In Flames and Killswitch Engage. Nice. Sepultura is a big inspiration. And you also got some other heavier Norwegian bands like Dimmu Borgir and stuff like that, with all the melodies and symphonic parts. So
love the melodies as well. Absolutely love it. And what about yourself?
Well, I'm kind of the opposite. Growing up, I was more listening to what my parents listened to, and that was like, Bon Jovi, Michael Bolton, Journey.
I love Journey.
Yeah, it's still one of my absolute favorite bands ever. So I can't get rid of Journey. But all the melodic stuff, and like later in my growing up, I was starting to listen to more like Metallica, not the thrash thing, because I was never into the thrash like him, but more the melodic stuff and the big songs, and more into Iron Maiden, and and to this day I'm more into like the modern thing, like
Tesseract.
Yeah, Tesseract was a big part of a couple of years back. Listened to Devin Townsend. Yeah, a lot of like huge epic songs in a way. So the combination of my background and his background is kind of what we had in Mayfire, I believe, though.
Yeah, that's what I always love. I love to hear the different wee bits that are put together to create what then you create. I've always find that fascinating. But look, we're going to play a song now, and that is Fearless.
So you wanna be a fighter? You better listen, I will tell you all I can. But even if
And you know what? I love the emotion in that song as well as the riffs. Can you delve a bit deeper into it for fans listening and also the new fans, and give us a bit more about its creation and its meaning?
Yeah. It was on the album, the previous song Vinternatt. It's Vinternatt and Fearless are like supposed to be the two parts of the same. It's like the A and B of the same story. So Fearless actually started out as a bridge on Vinternatt before we separated and made it its own song.
Yeah.
And it's actually I had this on the Brave New World album by Iron Maiden. There's the Nomad. There's a big breakdown with lots of melodies and it's built up, and that was kind of the inspiration that led us to Fearless, and it's one of my absolute favorite songs on the album.
It's really good.
Yeah.
I really wanted people to hear that one. And I want to go now to talk about the obvious, and that is the look of the band as well as its origins, how this all came about. Because I just love hearing the stories about bands and how they get together, the universe, how it puts everyone together to create such a cool band. And then I'm also curious about the choice to go the costume route. Just like, for me, I feel like for you guys, it's maybe more of like to go along with the visualizing side of the music to maybe take people on that journey and more delving deeper and escaping with the music. Is that part of it? Or what was the whole decision behind it all?
Well, I think everything started back in 2012 when this was more of a visual, like a cinematic story. It was actually first written as a concept for a movie idea that I had, and we met in 2019, and that's where actually we put like music and the visuals together, and felt like that could like be a perfect match for the concept and the story we wanted to tell. So the whole album and the next album and the next after that one will be like a concept album. We will build our music into a universe, and the costumes, I guess, was kind of inspired by us thinking about ourselves being a part of that universe as well as characters. So each band members are also a character with a backstory and stuff like that. We're really like film nerds and music nerds combining all of this fun together and just playing it out. And we both are big fans of Ghost, for instance, and really enjoy like what they do on the stage and their theatricals and all that stuff. So so that's like the main idea behind it, and of course keep most of the focus on the music and the characters instead of like the ones that are underneath the costumes. I think that's more important too. And of course, when we are playing live, we have this visual storytelling video thing that goes along with all our music live as well. So it kind of blinds everything together.
See, that's fascinating. I actually did like pick up on that as well. Just that the combination of the two just really helps to kind of illustrate the music more. So I really love that, and the characters and all that. It just takes you to another wee world that you've created, and I think that's really cool. Just actually talking on performing there, I would love to know what each of your favorite song off the album is to play live.
There's a lot of them. I actually enjoy probably two songs the most, and that's Shadows and Fearless, because those are highlights for me.
Yeah, I agree. And I also really love The Age of Kings, because it's like the big final. And when you're done with that song, you can just stand there and like absorb the audience and feel that you kind of landed everything in a good way, I guess. Yeah, I enjoy that as well.
Awesome. And look, see for new fans now just discovering yous, what can they expect from a live show from you?
A lot of energy and theatrics, I guess. So it's kind of we try to be engaging and exciting and bring something else to the table than five guys just standing straight up and down. But it's a it's an experience for both the music and the
It could drag you into the whole
universe
thing.
and try to build a.
And I think also most of our songs is really like crowd pleasers, so it's easy to just if you know the songs, it's just made to sing along with it. So
yeah, and I do a lot of work trying to get as much value as I can for the brand new bands that are starting out, and I do actually get a lot of DMs and stuff to ask bands who are doing well to ask you guys questions, basically for advice for them. And one of the ones that they've asked me to ask you guys is about just creating the visual aspects of a show or a character. Can you give them any tips or tricks on a low budget, as in a brand new band starting out, for confidence and also just for being able to pull off some kind of show with visuals?
Oh yeah, well, actually, we are on a low budget, but we have experience from like our professional work as well. But to create visuals in the way we do it, we use software and programs and there's so many good resources out there, like YouTube, and you download programs like or software like Unreal Engine, for instance, and you can create so many amazing stuff with those like free tools. The one thing that we tell everyone to just steer clear of is using AI, because AI, I think it kind of breaks your image. It kind of makes it cheaper in a way, if you know what I mean. It's a dangerous path. So I mean, use stock footage, stuff like that instead. I mean,
And I think if you have a vision and an idea for your show and how you want it to look, keep chasing that, no matter what other people say or tell you. You should change that. You should do this. You should do that. Just stay true to your vision and
follow your feelings, like what feels right,
and keep practicing, and you will see that that's the best way forward, I guess.
And put the hours in. It's a lot of hard work, but it payoffs. It payoffs in the end. That's how it is always.
Yeah, see, that's always really valuable, because a lot of them don't realize just the amount of work that really does need to go into it. And that's why I try to bring reality to them as well, because some of them have a wee bit of a romance about it when it's not. There's a lot of work goes into it. So thank you for that. And we're going to play another song now. And this time, I hope I pronounce it right. Vinternatt.
When the world was breaking down and the weight was on the ground, the light.
And I would love to know, do you guys have a specific creative process for the songs, or is it just as each song comes and then it's whoever starts it and then you kind of come together, or is it just one person that writes the songs?
Well, we actually spent the guys that we are the ones that making the music, but we started in 2019 and the album was released in 2023, and we kind of spent so much time trying to pave out the best way to work together, and on top of that the pandemic came along and we kind of were separated and was forced to work in separate studios. So, but we found like ways to work together. He is like a multi-instrumental talent, so he creates everything with his hands and mind, and he can like make a riff and just send it to me and get me super hyped and inspired, and I could just throw on some vocals on that little part and throw it back to him and see if he like gets inspired by that. And we throw like there's a what do you call it, like
throwing ideas to the walls.
Yeah.
Mistakes.
we're playing ball, so
Yeah.
and inspiration comes from everywhere. So if I got listen find something interesting, I send it to him, and he that was cool, but if we do it like that, it could be better. And I was like, yeah, that's cool. And so it's kind of like trying and failing, and hundreds and hundreds of different versions until we are like completely happy. And we need to be happy, both of us, to like have a completed song. So it kind of sums it up.
Yeah, and that's, I think, was the biggest to trust each other in the creative process, and have enough wiggle room to allow ourselves to drop ideas as well is pretty important, I guess.
Yeah, because we didn't have any references. We just knew we wanted to make something that we liked, and he comes from a total different background than I, so we try to like not be that copy anyone. We just try to like do you like this? Yeah, I like it, but can you change it like that? And he was like, yeah, sure. And that kind of formed or shaped, sculpted like the music from like so many hours and hard work and just random events of whatever. And that's kind of like or process, I guess. Hard work.
But at least you both work off each other. And then the other thing, you kind of touched on it there as well, is a gut, like, do you have like this gut feeling of knowing when a song is right? Because the other question that a lot of kids message and ask about is about imposter syndrome and not knowing when just to like trust in yourself. And like, is there a sign, or is it just your gut and you just kind of learn that over time or work off each other to learn it?
It's that good feeling.
Yeah, and I guess you learn it after a while. For me, I know the song is a good song when I want to listen to it again. And if it's stuck in my mind and I can't shake the feeling that this is a good song, then that's a good song.
And if your wife likes it, it's also a good sign.
So that's a good quality checker.
Because we are trying every route and every like path we can like test out. If like that's why we make hundreds of versions, because we're pushing the limits and trying out everything. And maybe we go like orbit back to the parts that we actually were kind of happy with and combine them with different parts that we also were happy with. So version 40 and version 500, that's a good match. So that's how it's done.
Just like that. I'm also curious with you guys in particular, when you're writing and recording, do you have the visual performance in mind so that it'll translate live at the time when you're writing it, or do you worry that it will translate? But you know, I'm just curious, do you have that pre-thought at the time when you're writing and recording?
Actually, we had a lot of we try to make this songs work in a band setting live and be able to perform it. And I think one of the biggest key things about Mayfire is we're not trying to compete on the technical level. We're not trying to be the fastest or the most. We try to touch on the emotional part. So
we're not adding a solo just to add a solo.
No.
If if it's belongs like the songs deserve or needs a solo, we put it in.
Mm.
Or else we just
So it's we have the live part. We visualize how the songs will be played live, but you know I don't think we're gonna write a song that's not fitting for the universe or us as a band. Or,
no, yeah, and also the lyrics is written in a way that it can be directly linked to the story and their or hero in the or protagonist, which in the story. But we also write the lyrics in a way that you can have associated with your like personal life or whatever. So we try to not over explain or overcomplicate like the lyrics in that way. So we try to do it a bit smart, I think.
Cool. And like when you're recording, is there one song in particular that you find is your favorite to record?
Oh, it's been so long.
From Cloudscapes, we had a lot of fun recording Shadows. That was done in the studio in Oslo with Bård from Leprous.
That was fun.
So that was that was a lot of fun going to Oslo, and it was right in the break from the pandemic. So we got a little blue skies and sunlight there for a while. So
yeah,
we spent that in the studio in Oslo, and that was actually really fun.
And Shadows was also kind of the song that really combined our backgrounds together. Like it had everything that we think the Mayfire sound should have. Like so the prime song.
That's a great song, actually. We'll be playing that next, actually. But I'm also needing to ask a lot of bands who are more experienced, is what we will use. What do you think it takes nowadays to make it as a band? Because there's a lot of younger bands are feeling that they have to be perfect right now. They can't, like a band needs to evolve, they need to grow and learn. And I always think that that's a normal part of being in a band. But these kids feel they have to have everything ready to rock straight away. And I don't know if that's maybe social media influence or what it is, but do you guys agree? Do you think there is like a level of having to be perfect straight away? Or do you think, nah, just go for it, have a bit of fun and evolve over time?
Well, Dave Grohl said something interesting, actually. He said that it doesn't matter if you have a label or a booking agency or whatever, just get out there and play and keep playing. And if people like it, if you have good music, people will like it. And there will be 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and more people coming to your concert every time. So just keep going at it. And if you kind of like deserve it, I think, and you have good music, everything will happen naturally as well.
I think it's really important to go out and have fun and just do it, and don't try to compete with the Instagram guitarist or vocalist, and just play for the fans and not for the music industry and
yourself.
You're good to go. Enjoy yourselves and the rest will come.
Well said, because they do. I guess a lot of them have messaged me to tell me that they feel so pressured to be perfect, and I'm like, dude, no, don't need to be.
Nope.
Okay, so we're going to go on to a fun question, and this one is: if you could play for one big show with a big named band, who would you choose? They can be alive or dead.
Kind of know who you want to play with.
Journey.
Oh no, I meant you. I don't want to play Journey. It's different, but it would be cool. Of course, it's sold out to the concert halls. I mean, would you like go on tour with Metallica if possible?
Put Shane Shetfield's guitar and I would die.
That's naughty. Yeah.
Tour with Metallica or play with Ghost would be insane. Cool. Yeah.
Awesome. And this other question, I am trying to ask as many bands as I can because I'm trying to put a stop to gatekeepers and elitists in the metal world. I faced it myself. I was into Slayer, Pantera, all those types of bands, but then new metal came out, and I loved Slipknot and those types of bands, and I got really into them. But unfortunately, I also faced the roastings that I got from the elitists who said, you can't like those bands; they're like baby bands, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I've always been the type to be like, whatever, I'm going to like whatever I like. But I do get kids messaging again to say the same thing, that they're facing this. And sometimes they feel a wee bit scared to even say that, that they like a certain band, because they feel the pressure, peer pressure. I don't know what it is, but I can't really relate because I've never really been like that, because I'll just say what I want to say or like whoever I want to like. But do you have, like, say a random guilty pleasure band that you're willing to share with the world? Tell us now, that might surprise your fans.
I say it probably each time anyone asks me. Journey is one of my absolute favorite band, and that's it. I'm not a boomer.
I got a guilty pleasure, and it's kind of, I said it before in the interviews, and I got a guilty pleasure for Cher.
I heard that one before.
I love Cher. Cher's awesome.
And I all the gatekeepers and all the naysayers and all the negativity, it's good music. Good music is good music. And I remember Korn when they came, and I loved it.
You love Nickelback as well, don't you?
Oh.
Yeah.
I interviewed a metal band, and like these guys are more, like real screamy type metal. And their guilty pleasure was Michael Bublé.
Why not? He's amazing.
And he's actually shouted them out now. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to play another song, and as we did already speak about it, it is Shadows.
Trying to understand, never to be the same. Now that
I also wanted to ask you, I know you mentioned there that you enjoyed recording that one, but when writing it, was there any challenges within that process, that part of it?
I actually remember Shadows being quite easy, right?
It came natural.
Yeah, it's sound strange saying that aloud, but that was one of the easier songs for us to write, and I think it was just the pure joy of finally finding a good,
Fresh energy.
a good writing partner, so to speak.
Or maybe you just suppressed everything and can't remember.
But that song actually felt quite good all the way through.
Yeah.
Is that rare for that to happen, or is it quite common?
Not for us now.
Well, I think that like the second round now with new songs on our next album, I think it was difficult to get into like the mindset again, because it's been so long. We have just been playing live now for 2 years and enjoy that, and haven't really changed our focus back into the music writing stuff again until now, 6 months ago, I guess. So I think that was kind of like, how did we do this again? And it was just, how did we make those songs? It's impossible, but we just try to find our roots back to the enjoyment that we had with the first songs, and I think we're back on track now.
And and some songs just flows and it feels natural and inspiring, and other songs we have, for instance, A Sense of Purpose. It was the last song we wrote for the album, and I think I rewrote that riff like a gazillion times till we.
And it's the first version like 4 years until the final one was done. It was different though, but I mean, it was still kind of the same struggle.
When we finally found the starting riff, then the rest of the song felt
Wrote itself in a way.
But that was a real difficult one. So it doesn't make sense that Shadows was easy and A Sense of Purpose was the most difficult, but that's the way it is sometimes, I guess.
Mm. Is there anywhere you've had, because I love this here, because I've spoken to a few bands about this, where they've had a riff like for 13 years stored and never used it. And then just all of a sudden, out of nowhere, they're like, oh my God, I have a riff that's going to work with this song. Like, has that happened with you guys?
Yeah, I actually had a lyric, like a part of like
Ah.
Shadows.
Yeah.
Have you seen my play? It's getting better every day. No one know for sure who's the villain anymore. That was actually written for another song that was never like finished or anything. So I kind of found it in an old notebook, and it would fit perfectly into the Shadows.
But
that
as
kind of
for
thing. It's
the
fascinating.
yeah, but for the riffs and the rest of the music, we actually I purposely didn't use anything I had in the riff drawer, so to speak. We started on scratch on everything.
Fresh
Yeah,
influences.
fresh start.
Yeah,
fresh
but
ideas.
I remember you showed me a lot of old songs you've written, and it was like, oh, that was cool, but it's not Mayfire.
It didn't fit the what we were trying to do, so it was easier to just start over.
Modernize it a bit.
Yeah.
You mentioned there, are you working on a new album then? Yeah, you have a new one coming out.
Yep.
Any idea when that's coming out yet?
Well, we're going to present our first song in a week at Prog Power. I don't know when this interview will come up, but the 4th of October.
Yeah.
So that's a new song will be presented for the first time exclusively on Prog Power Europe.
Oh, exciting. Oh, I'm looking forward to that. And actually, what I'd like to also do is, because there's going to be new fans discovering you guys now from this, what song do you advise them to start with of yours that it's out already?
Do they like metal or do they like power ballads?
Or even Mayfire.
Yeah.
For Mayfire.
For Mayfire, a song they should start with for Mayfire.
Yeah, that's what I asked, if they like metal or like power ballads, because we have a lot of like both, I guess. Or which song could they start with? Shadows, I guess. Isn't that like the prime song?
Yeah, or Cloudscapes and Silhouettes.
Yeah, Cloudscape. No.
Yeah.
Well,
The album.
the album, not the song, but the album.
Yeah.
See, I guess. Yeah. Pick and choose. I actually heard someone once told us that, God damn, this sounds like best of album. Where is all the other albums with all the other songs? So, yeah, if that's true, listen to anyone, randomize it.
Love that. Actually, that's what I do. I like to just go random anyway with them. Okay, I'm gonna have a fun question again. And this one is, if you could be in any movie, because I know you guys are into your movies, what movie would it be? And you get to be the character in the movie, so choose wisely.
Oh, to be the character? I'll put this character into the movie? Well,
You could bring that character into the movie if it works.
yeah. You probably should pick some Star Wars thing. Yeah.
Not
Nice.
some Star Wars thing. Yeah, the
Be
original.
Yoda or something.
Yeah.
I would definitely go with Star Wars too.
Yeah.
But it has to be the Luke Skywalker ones. The old ones.
Yeah, the original trilogy.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I will probably be in a part, like the Mission Impossible movie or something. Be Tom Cruise. That would be fun. Like super fast running and so much energy. Could stand on any stage for days.
Yeah, definitely you have to be not afraid to jump out of planes and stuff then.
Yeah, that would be fun.
All right, well, look, we're going to play another song. And actually, we did just mention it there. And it's actually my favorite of them all. And it's A Sense of Purpose. I love that you mentioned the riffs to this one earlier, because I absolutely love the riffs in this one. It's just a really cool song, and it just hits that little metal dopamine in me. absolutely love it. So that's my favorite thing about it. But what is your favorite thing about the song?
Breakdown.
Yeah, the breakdown is a lot of fun to play, but it's actually the I like the little switch of the verses on the drums, and that is actually a Pantera inspiration from
Kind of thought that.
5 minutes alone thing.
Yeah, it's bloody brilliant. I really, really like that song.
Thank you.
Also, as a guitar player as well, like, I'm learning with one finger at the moment. Nirvana, Come As You Are, like that's my level. So yeah, and I'm learning because I want to understand, what bands go through from the very beginning, so mastering an instrument and things like that. But do you recommend like a certain guitar type, especially for metal riffs, for kids who are just picking up a guitar and wanting to learn? Is there a certain guitar that you would recommend first?
I play a Les Paul type guitar, and that's talking about gatekeepers and elitists. They're gonna say you can't play down-tuned music on a Les Paul, but I like that guitar a lot, the Les Paul. So
You can't play modern metal on a 6-string. Damn.
yeah, and a short scale, goddamn.
And not in E specifically. You have to drop it down to F.
Yes. So at a certain guitar, I don't know, you can play metal on any guitar, I guess. Just find one that speaks to you, that makes you want to play. That's the most important thing. Everything else you can work around, strings and picks and amps and whatever. So,
Or look up to a hero. What do he play or she play?
my hero? Yeah, Explorer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, and I got a flying V. What do you call that?
Ugly.
We've got some here too.
Yeah.
There's always arguments over it. Some people like them, some people don't.
Yeah.
One I like, it's the blue one in the middle there. If you can see it, that's the one I play. But it's it's really heavy. Like, damn, that one's heavy.
Is that an SG?
I couldn't tell you. All I know is that it's pretty and I like to play it. So
It's
that's my level. That's where I'm at learning.
Yeah, but that's perfect. That's where you should be.
Yeah, just starting out, but giving it a
Yeah.
go anyway.
Yeah.
And then I also want to ask yourself there about your vocals. I love vocals. It's one of the things I love more than anything in a band, and yours are just pure emotion. And I would just love to know as well, had you always wanted to be a singer? Was it something that you just knew you could do?
Well, it's a good. Yeah, actually, I think I always wanted to be like singing because I always dreamt of being in a band, but I never like dared to sing in front of people. And I remember when I was like a small kid, I was also always like playing with Legos and stuff like that, and singing while I was playing. My mother told me so. Singing has kind of been something I always been doing since I was a kid. But the fear of singing in front of people, I think it was a good idea with the mask there.
That would be good, actually. That's a good point. And that just reminds me of my son, because he was the same when he was wee. Like, he was always humming and stuff. And now he's a decent wee singer as well. That's so cool. That's a nice wee story. And actually, that brings me on to my favorite question of all time to ask all band members. And I try to ask as many as I can, because you do tend to get some good stories out of you for it. And it's your first ever performance. And that could be when you were a kid, when you were 5 years old. It could be when you were a teenager. But did anything happen just to make it click that this is what you want to do? Because for me, when I was a kid, I was forced into dancing and I hated it. And I was pushed onto the stage and I cried. And it just put me off ever wanting to be on a stage. But obviously not for you guys, because you're up there doing stuff now. And yes, you have masks, but you're still up there and you're still doing it. So I would just love to know, like, is there like a time when you were up on stage that stands out for the first time where it really went, oh my God, I love this?
Actually, I signed on to It was kind of school program where I grew up that had a music teacher, and I played in a band. It was in early high school, so and he, even though we were underage, he got us gigs doing cover songs in pubs and bars around the local area. So I was like 16 years old and playing Nirvana in a pub in a small town outside of Oslo called Lillestrøm. And that's when I knew this is freaking cool. Being underage and playing in bars. So that's when that's when I knew that this is what I wanted to do. So,
yeah. I actually had my first gig in a band that I started together with the drummer we have today. So we were both kids, and we had my uncle and my cousin. They had like their own rehearsal studio in their basement, and we were always like playing and singing karaoke down there as well. And one day Eros came along and just started to play drums, and we kind of arguing which of us going to play the guitar. And I can play the guitar, and the other guy was I can sing. And he started singing, and oh damn, you can sing, and you can't play guitar, so give him the guitar and you start singing. So it kind of randomly went out that in that way. But the first gig we had was like all the local pub with our family or parents and all our friends. I remember this the most terrible, like scariest experience ever, to have everyone you knew come up there and like measure you and judging you and laughing out of you. But I remember I was just putting on a big like a wig and big sunglasses and a cowboy hat or whatever, and like played some Guns N' Roses songs, and people started dancing, and I felt like this relief inside that wow, they kind of accepted and they liked it. And my biggest fear was to get the opposite reaction, but yeah, you know, the appreciation or the acceptance was like the big relief, I guess.
And the rest is history.
Yeah,
love it. But like, I'm curious then, what are you guys most proud of so far on the journey with Mayfire?
I'm actually really proud that we managed to make a really good album during all this the hurdles in the pandemic, that we actually put all the hours in. You know, we talked about all the hard work and stuff, and that was took a lot of effort, and it was a lot of hard work, late nights, and you know, not a lot of sleep, but we got through it and we made an album. And now 2 years later, we have, you know, we're going to the Netherlands playing Prog Powers. We've been to the UK, played in London and Liverpool and Manchester in March. So it's been quite a journey. So
but also I'm really proud of the people we have around us in the band, the band members, and the people that helps us, like our merch guy, and our booking company, like all the people that are around us and believing in us and helping us and pushing us out in like this record speed. I think, I'm really proud of all that we have achieved together, for sure.
Yeah, that's actually really beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. So we're going to actually be playing out with the Age of Kings. But before we do, what I'd love to ask you is, what do you hope that fans take from your music now and 20 to 50 years from now?
Hope.
Yeah.
And it will be like classics. It's like an instant classic in a way, like the music that lives on, not just like many pop songs that just vanishes out and never and being forgotten forever. We like to believe that our music is here to stay, and in the end can be like classics.
That's awesome. And just finally, have you anything else that you have coming up? I know that you mentioned you've a festival in November. Isn't that right?
Yeah,
And 4th of October, Prog Power
yeah.
in Europe.
Yeah.
We got Öland
Erlangen in Trondheim, in Norway.
in October. And we got the festival in November.
Spectacle Festival. And next year we have a big festival that's called Carmageddon, also in Norway.
Mhm.
And maybe one in the UK as well. But we are still waiting for like the official go.
Oh,
So,
that'll be exciting. I hope you do come to the UK. That'll be amazing. But
Yeah.
look, thanks so much for hanging out with me tonight, guys. It's been
Likewise.
awesome.
It's a pleasure. Yeah.
And here it is, The Age of Kings.
Ooh.